This is the 7 quart or 6.6 liter crock pot, the original slow cooker. We have ingredients for a soup in here right now. You just chop them up and dump them in. There's lots of recipes you can find online. And the lid goes right on top like that. And when you're just cooking at home, you don't have to worry about these latches here, but if you want to transport it after you've cooked it, the latches will hook into these little hooks on the side. And then you can tighten them. Now, there's much less likelihood of it spilling while you transport it. And to actually use it, you plug it in. When you plug it in, these 3 lights are all flashing for high, warm, and low. Click on select to pick the one you want. It'll explain in the manual which one's good for which. Even on recipes online, it'll say which setting you put it on. We want it on low because we're making a soup. Then we choose the time. We want 7 hours for our soup. It goes up in 30-minute increments. And now it's going already, it's cooking. And when it reaches the 7 hours or whatever time you put in here, it will switch to warm. So whether you're on high or low, when the cooking time is done, it'll switch to warm, so it'll be nice and warm when you're ready to eat. Then you press off to turn it off when you are done. It has been about 7 hours. Now our soup is done, ready to eat. And once we have all the soup out of here, I'll show you some tricks that we learned over the years with this crock pot insert. What we've learned over the years is when you're cleaning the insert, this guy right here, we always wait till the next day to clean it, till it's totally cold. It might have crusted on food and might be harder to clean, but we had a crock pot before this one, and when we cleaned it when it was hot, the insert cracked. Then we had to get rid of the whole thing. That's when we bought this crock pot, and we decided we do not clean this until the next day, ever. And inside the crock pot, you'll see it's a little dirty in here, and almost no matter what you do, that's gonna happen. It's really hard to keep this really clean, and then once it gets dirty, it's almost impossible to clean up these areas. And really, is it worth it? Because the insert sits inside, it's not that big of a deal. Because really, anybody sees this section only when it's being cleaned would you see this. And also, this crock pot component here is quite light. Almost all the weight of the crock pot comes from the insert, which is quite heavy. So I know I said I was going to show you ninja tricks, but I only have one, and that is don't clean this until the next morning. That's the ninja trick. That'll keep your crock pot nice and healthy and working well for a long time.